One of the most comfortable and flattering shapes in fashion is the shift. Cut in one piece without constraint at the waistline. It allows freedom of movement and camouflages the less than perfect figure. Never totally out of fashion, the shift draping technique lends itself to many variations in silhouette, extending from the body skimming shapes to the slightly fitted shape, the straight shift, and to the flared tan. When a defined waistline is desired, the shift can be belted. The basic technique used to drape the shift also applies to drape the fitted torso, which is a hip-length version of the shirts. Smocks, blouse, and dress with a blossom silhouette are also developed using shift draping methods. Now I would like to demonstrate the shift. I already prepared the muslin, the same way like in the basic bodies, prepare the muslin. Before drape, we need to draw some important lines to indicate lengthwise and crosswise. We draw a straight line, a lengthwise for center back, 1 inch from the torn edge of the muslin. Bust level line is crosswise. From apex point, draw a straight line, indicate the lengthwise. The apex and side seam, the middle, draw a T line to indicate another lengthwise. Then we also draw the hip level line to indicate the crosswise. Okay, let's fold back the 1 inch extension at the center front. Pin the apex at the apex of the form. Use 2 pins from opposite direction to fix the point. Then pin the bust level line at the side seam. And don't forget there is a pitch of ease at the bust level line. Okay? And pin the bust level line at the side seam. Use 2 pins to pin from outside to fix the point. And then smooth up the muslin and pin the center front at the chest. Smooth up the muslin. Okay, then check the lengthwise, trace the grain of the muslin. It should like a box on the form. Okay, if it looks okay, the grain is correct, we could pin the center front and apex lengthwise at the hip level line. Okay, pin the center front at the hip level line. Pin the apex lengthwise at the hip level line. And then pin the side seam at the hip level line. Don't forget, there's 3/8 for ease at the hip level. Pin the side seam at the hip level. Okay. Okay. So the grain should look correct. That means the muslin hangs straight. Then smooth up, we pin the neckline at the center front. Okay. Hold up the muslin, smooth up, and pin the bottom of armhole. Pin the bottom of armhole. Then smooth up from the bottom of armhole to the shoulder. Okay. Then we pin the neckline, drape the neckline. Cut 1 inch rectangular above the neckline, 1 inch deep and upward to the top edge of the muslin. Then clip in, smooth up. Clip in, smooth up. Clip in, smooth up. Pin the intersection of neckline and the shoulder line. Okay. Then you can notice there is excess fabric at the shoulder, and pitch them together, and it comes a dot at the shoulder, like at the basic bodies. Okay, pin them together. Okay, so far we finished the pin the front and mark the important point and the line. Cross mark the intersection at the center front. Dot along the neckline. Dot along the neckline. Okay. Cross mark the intersection at the neckline and the shoulder. Cross mark the dot. Cross mark the shoulder point. Okay, the same way we need to mark the screw level. And mark the ridge of armhole. Then cross mark the bottom of armhole. Cross mark the side seam at the hip level. Okay. Okay, we already marked the important point and line, so we can remove the muslin to the table.